can't say it's absolutely necessary, but well, the orders are orders.
What's it about?
Well, the IO reports that a German mortar and Spandau unit has dug itself in here. CO is concerned that they could prove to be a nuisance when the battalion advances at dawn. He wants us to push them before dawn. Not easy.
But if you think it isn't necessary, shouldn't you raise doubts? I mean, well, it could cost lives, couldn't it?
Theirs is not the reason why. Don't worry, RT, you won't be going this time. I'm sending an experienced officer.
Chaps at school call me RT too. I suppose Rillingsworth-Travis is a mouthful if you have to use it often. No one called me Gerald except my mother.
And your father?
He was at sea a great deal and I at school. Most of the time. When we were together, that is. He had very little to say. And when he did, he used no form of address at all except for an occasional young man.
I need to get cracking on this raid. Find Bailey, he's your platoon sergeant, to brief you. You're replacing Rogers at the number 2 platoon. The men liked him. Jock Sperling has the number 1 and we're still short an officer. Oh, and tell Stokes I want to see him in about 5 minutes.
Righto, Davis. I'll come back for my idea later then.
Gideon, my, no dear, let alone Daube. Don't bother to reply. Jones.
Sir, Mr. Sperling's been down with a high temperature. Afraid it could be malaria again. The CO wanted to do him at HQ, so I've sent him on a stretcher.
That's all I need right now.
Guess who turned up, sir? Gibson. Gave some cock and bull story about being taken prisoner in the last two. Apparently, escaped this morning. I placed him under open arrest, sir.
I have a better idea, but, yeah. Read this first.
That's nasty, sir. Can't surprise him in after raid, not even in the dark.
I know. Wanted Sperling for the job, and the CO has ordered me to stay behind. That leaves Rillingsworth-Travis, God help us.
Yes, sir.
Forget that last remark of mine, would you?
Done, sir.
I wish you would consider the commission. I would back you up, and so would the CO. It would mean losing you, but this rotten war needs good officers.
Why, thank you, sir, but I wouldn't mean an officer, you see. I've got cashiered. CO knows. You sure you want to hear about it?
Yes.
This was Palestine in 1939 had been seconded to GHQ intelligence, the Asian British Police, CID, on the joint operations against the Jewish underground and Arab gangs.
See, do you have a personal preference for one of the sides?
Not at first, sir. I mean, both had a good case. I just couldn't understand why they were shooting at us. We were doing a good job.
Did you get to know any of the Arabs or Jews?
One Jew in particular, sir.
Well, go on.
You see, I got a desperately worded cable from my 17-year-old sister Iris, urgently needing 200 quid. I barely had the money, and even if I did, it would have taken weeks to transfer what were the wartime currency regulations.
I see.
I was the sole provider for my mother and sister, and my father died suddenly of penniless in 1933. I was in the second year of Cambridge at the time, and well, I had to drop out to look for a job. I applied and was accepted to the intelligence corps. See, sir, that took care of my food and lodgings, and well, the rest of my payments to my mother.
Well, were there no other relatives at home that could help out?
Not to be approached, sir, not for a variety of reasons.
Take your time, Stokes.
I was the base mess officer at the time. And I got friendly with the local trader. Joe Bird was his name. He was our main supplier. I asked him if he could arrange for £200 to be given to Iris in London if I gave him the amount here, and he replied that he could. So, sir, I took the money from the mess cash box. 2 weeks later, there was a surprise audit of the accounts, and of course, sir, I confessed to filching the money. Joe heard that I was to be court-martialed and gave me back the money. He said that, well, I could pay him back if and when I survived the war.
On the court's verdict,
Transferred from officer to sergeant. Ended up in infantry. The fact that I gave the court, and the fact that I gave the money back so quickly, well, my record for my defending officer was favourable. I got a comparatively light sentence, and, well, sir, if a Goy can be a Zionist, thanks to Joe Berger, I'm one.
welcome to the club. I still think that you qualify for an immediate field commission. And by the way, how did you know that I was a Jew?
Well, sir, a Jewish chap who wants to tell me this story. A Jew and a hunchback on a transatlantic steamer. The two stick together for the entire journey. At the journey's end, the Jew turns round to his friend and half whispers, I must tell you in confidence, friend, that I'm a Jew. His friend turned round and replied, confidence for confidence, I'm a hunchback.
It's that obvious then.
Well, yes, sir. Have you ever been to Palestine?
Yes, actually, I moved there with my parents when I was 5 back in 1920 from London. As a youngster, I got involved with the Haganah movement and narrowly avoided being arrested. So my father decided to send me home where I would be safe. It's bugged me ever since, as I never felt truly British. And, well, I always thought their policy was anti-Zionist. So while there, I helped our cause in ways that were not exactly cricket.
I never guessed that.
When the war broke out, Ben Gurion said that we would support the British as though they didn't oppose our national aspirations. But we would oppose the policy as if there was no war. So I volunteered.
Do you think you go back afterwards?
Yes, of course. The British should be more amenable to a Jewish state by then.
I doubt it, sir. I mean, my thoughts are we'll be even harsher on you than we were before. I saw enough intelligence HQ in Jerusalem to suggest that Whitehall believes that, well, the Arabs are more useful to us than you are.
I'm afraid you're right. Being an Anglophile won't help. Here, let's get to work on this raid. Gibson on it. That'll teach him a lesson.